Gerard Filitti is a senior counsel at the Lawfare Project, joining us now live. Gerard, do you read anything into the timing of this here? The DOJ coming out announcing, hey, no charges for Pence and the handling of classified documents, but there are others that are still being looked at.
I think with Pence, it was a simpler case. There was a finite number of documents that were identified, and the FBI was satisfied that there wasn't any more. The timing is very fortuitous for him because he is expected to run, but I don't think that his team had advance notice that this would come down from the FBI at this time.
Wow. Okay. And again, the Trump investigation continues. The Biden one, too. Also, they both had special counsels appointed. So does this give you any insight as to when we might hear a decision when it comes to the other two men and their own investigations?
Not really. I think the big thing that everyone is looking for is to see what happens with President Trump and that investigation. And when it comes to classified documents, we've heard recently that there were conversations that were taped, that there was a presumed knowledge by President Trump that he took documents he shouldn't have. So we can expect that to move forward. We don't expect it to be anytime soon, but as we move into the summer months, these investigations slow down anyway.
Yeah, you're referring to a report by CNN in which they've never even listened to these tapes. They claim a source has, and the source told them what was on it. But that is as far as that report goes. I wanted to bring this up, too. A major story here in South Carolina. A South Carolina store owner being charged with murder, accused of shooting and killing a black teenager on Sunday. But the details of what led up to the shooting are putting this case in the national spotlight.
Police say the store owner, Rick Cho, thought the teen was shoplifting. Authorities say Cho and his son chased the 14-year-old from the store and that Cho killed him with one shot to the back. Store surveillance video apparently shows 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton putting bottles of water back into the cooler. Investigators think he might have had second thoughts about stealing them. Cho thought the teenager was armed, and reports are that a gun was found near the teen's body.
So the sheriff says there is no evidence the 14-year-old actually pointed that gun at Cho, but investigators say the store owner has a history of confronting shoplifters, previously attacking one suspect, firing several shots at another suspect, but he was not charged in those incidents because they were considered self-defense.
So this case is actually drawing a lot of comparisons with the New York City bodega worker charged with murder in the stabbing death of a man who attacked him inside the store last year. Prosecutors dismissing the original charges, sparking a heated debate over the meaning of acting in self-defense. Of course, there are differences with the case, but again, this one just came to mind. And Gerard, we wanted to ask you about this. You know, when you dive into the details of this South Carolina case, is self-defense a reasonable response?
Self-defense is a reasonable response when there's an imminent threat to your physical well-being. And in your home, there is the castle doctrine, so you can't use self-defense. The problem here is whether this is considered self-defense in the sense that this kid was running away. He was not visibly threatening the store owner, allegedly, and he was shot in the back. So at one point, the risk in the store ended, and the shop owner chased after him outside when he didn't need to. And this becomes an issue of, was that an act of violence against the child rather than an issue of self-defense?
Yeah, we'll see how this one plays out. Again, authorities say that a gun was found near his body. It'll be, we'll watch to see what charges will be brought forward here, again, for that South Carolina store owner.